What is the foundational principle that distinguishes a legally enforceable agreement from one that is void ab initio? The answer lies in the legality of its purpose. This analysis provides a detailed examination of lawful object and public policy as governed by Section 23 of the Indian Contract Act, 1872. Our examination will proceed through 5 distinct sections. We will begin with the foundational rule, Section 23. Then we will explore the core legal and conceptual principles. Following this, we will detail the 5 grounds of unlawfulness. We will then analyze landmark judicial interpretations. Finally, we conclude with an analysis and revision framework. We begin with Section 1, the foundational rule. This section is dedicated to understanding the statutory gatekeeper for lawful objects in contracts, Section 23. Our topic of focus is lawful object and considerations. The governing statute is the Indian Contract Act, 1872. Our analysis is centered on Section 23, which defines what considerations and objects are lawful and what are not, thereby establishing the doctrine of legality of object and public policy. Section 23, what considerations and objects are lawful and what not? The consideration or object of an agreement is lawful unless it is forbidden by law, or is of such a nature that if permitted, it would defeat the provisions of any law, or is fraudulent, or involves or implies injury to the person or property of another, or the court regards it as immoral or opposed to public policy. In each of these cases, the consideration or object of an agreement is said to be unlawful. Every agreement of which the object or consideration is unlawful is void. Now that we have established the statutory rule, let us proceed to Section 2. Here, we will explore the core legal maxims and conceptual principles that provide the intellectual foundation for Section 23. 3 foundational legal maxims inform the principles of Section 233. First, ex turpi causa non oritur actio. No action arises from an immoral cause. This prevents the legal system from enforcing illicit agreements. Second, in pari delicto potior est conditio possidentis. In cases of equal guilt, the position of the possessor is stronger. This discourages parties from seeking judicial remedy for their own illegal acts. Third, Nudum Pactum, a bare promise. This reminds us that a lawful object must be supported by valid consideration. A critical legislative update must be noted. Statute update. As of July 1, 2024, the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, BNS, has replaced the Indian Penal Code, IPC. Application. Any object forbidden by law under Section 23 that previously referred to IPC offenses is now governed by the corresponding provisions of the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, BNS. For clarity, let us define the core terms. Object versus consideration. The object is the purpose of the agreement. The consideration is the price. Public policy. An agreement is void if it is injurious to the public interest. The unruly horse. Public policy is described as an unruly horse because its scope is dynamic, often elusive, and adapts to evolving societal norms. We now proceed to Section 3 to examine the specific grounds of unlawfulness. This section provides a detailed breakdown of the 5 distinct conditions enumerated in Section 23 that render an agreement void. Section 23 enumerates 5 specific grounds of unlawfulness. 1. Forbidden by law. An act is expressly prohibited and punishable by statute. 2. Defeat provisions of law. The agreement, though not directly forbidden, would render a legal provision ineffective. 3. Fraudulent. The object is to commit or promote fraud. 4. Injury to person or property. The agreement involves causing harm to another individual or their assets. 5. Immoral or opposed to public policy. These are acts the court regards as contrary to public morals or welfare. Let us examine 3 illustrative scenarios. The public job scenario. A promises B to secure a government job for 1 lakh rupees. The result is void. It is trafficking in public offices and opposed to public policy. The fraud spoils scenario. A, B, and C agree to divide gains acquired by fraud. The result is void. The object is fraudulent. The bonded labor scenario. A borrows 1,000 rupees and agrees to do manual labor for life without pay. The result is void. It is injurious to the person and restricts personal liberty. Statutory principles are given life through judicial interpretation. Therefore, in Section 4, we will analyze landmark cases from the Supreme Court to understand how the principles of Section 2.3 are applied in practice. We will now analyze the case of Gurulal Parekh versus Mahadeo Das. Citation AIR 1959 SC 781. Bench, Supreme Court of India. Facts. Partners agreed to share profits and losses from wagering contracts. One partner paid the loss and sued for indemnity. Issue. Is a partnership for wagering transactions unlawful under Section 23? Ratio. While a wager is void under Section 30, it is not forbidden by law. Collateral agreements to a wager are not unlawful. Decision. The claim for indemnity was valid. Our second landmark case is Central Inland Water Transport Corporation versus B.N. Ganguly. Citation AIR 1986 SC 1571. Bench, Supreme Court of India. Facts. A service rule allowed the corporation to terminate a permanent employee with 3 months' notice without giving reasons. Issue. Is such a clause opposed to public policy? Ratio. Contracts between parties with gross inequality of bargaining power containing unfair terms are void under Section 23. Decision. The clause was struck down as unconstitutional and void. Finally, in Section 5, we will consolidate the knowledge acquired. This section presents a systematic analysis and revision framework, including a decision model and essential takeaways for examination purposes. This logic flowchart provides a systematic method for determining legality. Step 1. Start with the agreement. Step 2. Analyze its object or consideration. Step 3. Test against the 5 grounds. 1. Is it forbidden by law? 2. Does it defeat legal provisions? 3. Is it fraudulent? 4. Is it injurious to person or property? 5. Is it immoral or against public policy? Step 4. If the answer is yes to any question in Step 3, the agreement is unlawful and void under Section 23. For the purpose of revision, let us consolidate the key principles. Lawful threshold. Section 10 requires a lawful object and consideration. Void status. Unlawful agreements are void ab initio. Public policy. It is the unruly horse. BNS update. IPC references are now updated to BNS as of July 2024. Memory tip. Use the 5 fingers of Section 23. Concluding thought. What categories of agreements should the state refuse to lend its authority to enforce?